things change, right? Things change. And number one, you got to remember that if your spouse is aging, chances are you're aging right along with them. And caregiver stress is huge. And I think that people don't understand the stress of being a primary caregiver sometimes unless they've actually gone through it. Like when I go out and do a home care assessment, I'm assessing the primary caregiver just as much as I'm assessing the care recipient. And what we want to do is take that heavy lifting off of them. And just bathing is one example. When I do a home care assessment, I don't want the spouses helping with bathing and dressing. There's too much twisting, there's too much turning, there's too much risk for injury. How many times have you seen a primary caregiver's health deteriorate? Right? So that's what we want to eliminate. And the idea that the adult kids can help, they're going to want to help. And I've worked with adult kids for, years and years, and they don't consider it a burden. It's just a natural act, but they're also juggling a lot of things. Number one, very often they're at the height of their earning power at that point, but I've had caregivers that have had to then go down to part-time work. In fact, I'm working with a family right now where the parents had looked into this several years ago and decided, well, we have 5 kids, they all live local, they'll all, help us out. Well, now fast forward, and 2 of those adult children predeceased the parents. And the one son had to move away for business, so now all the care is just on the 2 daughters. So that wasn't a great plan. But had they bought some long-term care insurance, again, just to kind of stop that bleed, because what they really need right now is nighttime care so that the mom can sleep. The daughters have already are pitching in and they're doing a lot, but it's not enough, and it's causing a tremendous amount of stress. Where if they had had this in place, and he's actually, it's the same example here, he was a retired corrections officer and has a very good pension. So while they don't have a whole lot of assets, they have a very good pension and income. And that's where, had they bought even just a policy that would pay $130, $150 a day, that would have been that buffer that they needed to keep things, keep the situation on a more even keel than it is right now.